Hey guys, so today we're doing my concealer collection. I might have to go to the ER. I'm having a lot of trouble seeing out my left eye. So yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and get these videos filmed so I have some stuff to post, because I know I'm not going to be able to wear makeup for a while, because I already don't wear makeup every day because I'm pregnant. So yeah, let me just go ahead and reorganize this. I kind of want to swatch some of these. So I actually have a lot of concealers, which is not surprising to me because I really enjoy concealers. I think that concealers are a lot more fun than foundations. So I like concealers, and that is gonna be kind of very, very obvious in this video. Anyways, I kind of want to swatch some of these, so I'm gonna get a baby wipe out and swatch some of these because why not? Why not? Let's start with my high end. So I just recently hauled this last month. This is the Thrive Buildable Blur HD Creaseless Concealer, and it's in the shade Very Fair. I prefer a concealer that is light but has a pink undertone. Ooh, that's going to be nice for me. That's going to be so nice. Ooh. This isn't my favorite kind of wand. I like the bigger ones. Like, is this the right one? This is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade 8B Porcelain Beige. Let's just kind of like... Ooh, I was afraid that that wouldn't be a good shade match for me either, but it actually looks pretty decent. Mama does good. What should we talk about next? The NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Light 1 Chantilly. Because I actually have quite some issues picking out shades. See, I'm liking this shade range. This is honestly the shade range I would prefer to stay in. You can see how much more coverage this is compared to the other two. Like, this has more brightness, more coverage. Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Swan. They actually just released a new concealer. And yes, I'm interested in getting it. This I actually think is going to be a little too yellow, but I'm going to still try and make it work. So no issues there. This is one I just hauled. This is the Urban Decay Stay Naked Correcting Concealer in 10NN. I was kind of afraid of this shade, so I do want to swatch this. That actually does look like it's going to be okay. I guess we'll have to wait and see for when I try it, because I try to go through them. Here's the Anastasia Magic Touch Concealer in the shade 2. These were kind of hard to like shade match online. That kind of looks okay-ish. I really do want to test that. KVD Good Apple Concealer in Light 103. This was another hard one. I had to get Kai's little butt back up there. This is a different concealer. Like, this is really different. I want to get the Dominique one so bad. I might. So that is that. That's actually cool. That actually might be too white for me. I might have to mix something in with that. I have the Jaclyn Concealer in the shade Fairest Neutral. I like a pink undertone. I think a pink undertone really brightens up my under eyes. So that might be okay. That might be okay. It's kind of hard to tell with, out all the makeup because, you're obviously powdering your face. And I'm going to have, bronzer, blush, highlight on. Okay, Tarte's Ultra Creamy Shape Tape Concealer. This is also an 8B Porcelain Beige. I heard that this one's actually not as good as the other one. But I do love that shade match, and I love the doe foot. That is that big. I love it. I like that brands are more going in that direction. I have 5 of these. These are the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealers. Let me see. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. Not this one. I don't have the one I thought I had. There it is. I have 6. This is C3. I think this is going to be the best shade match for me. It might be a little yellow, actually. It might be a little too yellow. So we're going to try C2 next. Jeffree had a thing where if you spent a certain amount of money last year, you got a free concealer, and I went crazy that month. Yeah, C2 is going to be a lot better of a shade match for me, so I'm going to put that one first. I have I'll talk about those later. These two later. I have C1 right here, which I will swatch for you in case you were interested, because that might be a little light for me. C1. I do like Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I know people tend not to support Jeffree Star Cosmetics because they don't like Jeffree Star. Here is the controversial C5. Anybody remember what happened with C5? I thought this would be my perfect shade match, but like that would be my perfect foundation shade. I've actually worn this concealer as foundation and it does just fine. I have pale yellow right here. My star broke on this one, which is sad. It broke my heart. So here is pale yellow in case you are curious. And here is yellow. That is very, very dark for a concealer for me. No idea how I would use that, but I got it anyways. One size, turn up the base, butter silk concealer in fair 1N. So there is the one size. Weird applicator, but it is what it is. Let's do Rare Beauty's concealer in 100W. I think that this is going to be too light for me. Yeah, this might be a little too light. I'll have to work something into that because that's kind of white. You know, I'm pale. Honey, it's going to come back on. I'm not that pale, though. This is Fenty Beauty's concealer in 105, which I actually think is the shade match I got for the foundations. That's a little too yellow, I think. This is the stick one from Fenty Beauty, Match Stick in Ivory. I'm going to get him in a minute. Don't worry, guys. Okay, I'm nervous about that. I'm not nervous about that. Okay, now we are in the drugstore section. So let's talk about my #1 favorite drugstore concealer. And that is the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer. I have mine. This is my perfect shade match. In the shade, I didn't mean to scare you, 325 Eggshell. Love the doe foot. Again, this is my perfect shade match. So whenever I'm going for a concealer, this is the shade I'm trying to go for. e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm. I swear, if I have comments about people saying my face is swollen, I know. I'm going to the emergency room. Please, I'm fine. This is another really good shade match. You can see the L'Oreal one being up. It's just a little bit darker than this, but I do like this. I do have the hydrating one as well. This is in the shade Fair Rose because I couldn't find Fair Warm, if I remember correctly, when I got this. So this is a little bit more pink, which I do like, and I actually think that this is a little bit closer to that L'Oreal one. I'm going to try and get the ones that have the big doe foot out the way. So CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the shade 3. So there that is right there. Okay, here's the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Concealer in the shade C1. This was meant to dupe Tarte. Not the shade I'm actually looking for concealer. And actually, if you can't tell, that doesn't look full coverage to me. Kid will be the death of me. This is the Juvia's Place Magic Concealer in the shade 24. Yeah, see, that's full coverage. That Makeup Revolution one, like, I used to think Makeup Revolution was a pretty good brand, but now that I've branched out and tried other brands, really not. This is the LA Colors Ultimate Cover Concealer in the shade Vanilla. I'm gonna... Ooh. Oh my gosh, that's really dark. Like, that is really dark. I'm gonna have to see if I can figure out a way to make that work. I'm gonna add a couple concealers into this round just to try and quicken this video up. Catrice True Skin. I have mine in the shade 001 Neutral Swan. That's going to be a little too yellow, I think. And I think that that's the lightest shade, so that sucks for anybody lighter than me. ColourPop Pretty Fresh Concealer in Fair 10N. Now, ColourPop is pretty good about shade matching, but I'm not going to lie. That also looks a little yellow. I don't know what's going on with that. My face hurts so bad, you guys. This is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair 02. I would hope that this... Yeah, like that's a lot better of a shade match. I mean, it's a little dark, or a little light. I'd actually want to mix the two together to create my perfect shade, probably. Yeah, I'll do this one. Milani Conceal Imperfect Longwear Concealer in 100 Pure Ivory. That is going to be a little too yellow toned, unfortunately. This is my problem that I have with concealers, is that usually I find one and it's too yellow toned. Maybelline Superstay 30 Hour Wear Concealer in the shade 01. Had to rearrange some stuff. But anyways.
All I need is your knife.
Yeah, that's why I handed it to you, because I didn't want to open it because I knew I was going to need a knife.
Alright, Kai, Grandma's gonna go get her knife.
This one. Oh my god. This smells like a permanent marker. What in the world? I was super excited about this concealer when I got it. It smells like a permanent marker. Flowers Light Illusion Concealer in porcelain? I don't know. But I'm excited because I thought that this is the lightest shade of this concealer, and I thought it would be too dark for me, so I'm excited to swatch it. The light is kind of like... It might be a little too yellow toned. Which, that's like the biggest concern I think. I got my little spot back, and I got my mom to open the box. So tomorrow morning, I don't have to worry about it. I have two of these. LA Girls Pro Concealer. These are pretty good. This is both in the shade Porcelain. These are pretty good. Like I said, I have two of these. So, it's very yellow toned. But I do remember loving this concealer when I used it. So, Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade 5 Ivory. Perfect shade match. The Catrice Liquid Camouflage Concealer in the shade 001 Fair Ivory. You know, they're not at Ulta anymore, which is crazy. Really good shade match. But for some reason, I remember when I used this, I didn't like it. I don't know. I'll have to try that again. This is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum. I have mine in the shade Light. I'm excited to swatch this, because I think I've swatched it before. Wow, that is my skin tone. This would be good for natural days, I think. This is Wet n Wild's Incognito Concealer in Fair Beige. That's a good shade match. Maybelline's Instant Age Rewind Eraser in the shade 110 Fair. I remember not liking this one either. Yeah, see, like, that is not a good shade match for me at all. These two are not going to be good shade matches for me either, and I'm going to put this She Glam Concealer in Whipped Cream in this little area, I think, because I want to. That's... wow. I hate shopping online. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Concealer in the shade 01 Classic Ivory. Now, I remember this being very dark. Yeah, very dark. For it to have been the lightest shade in a concealer range. And this is the CoverGirl Full Spectrum All Day Idol Brightening Concealer in the shade, I think this was medium. It doesn't actually have it on the bottle. I don't think that they make this anymore. Okay, not gonna lie. These next concealers I kind of love. This is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Concealer in 005. I loved this line. This was a little dark for me as a concealer, but I loved it. I mean, I think that they should re-release these in just lighter shades. This is a new one. She Glam's Versatile Flawless Concealer. I got it in the shade... I don't know. I don't know the shade. This I kind of feel like is going to be one of those super pigmented thick concealers. I was wrong. That's not super pigmented. e.l.f.'s Flawless Concealer in Fair Warm. I got this, I think, with the 16-hour camo concealer, and I didn't like it. Do you remember that? Here's a concealer I love. The Joa Truly Yours Full Cover Concealer in Porcelain. I don't think they make these anymore. This one anymore. It's not a good shade, but it's full coverage. I'm not going to swatch this one, but this is the Joa Eye Serum Concealer in the shade Very Fair with Cool Undertones. And this is the Dark Circle one, the Truly Yours Dark Circle one. Porcelain is the shade. I liked these. I liked Joa. I mean, I really did like Joa. It was a good brand. Or it had a lot of good stuff when I first tried it. I haven't tried a lot of their newer stuff. This is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop Concealer in Pale. I didn't like this. Yeah, this is too yellow for me. L'Oreal's True Match Super Blendable. They don't make this anymore, so I'm holding on to it. And W1 Too Fair. I'm gonna have to throw it away though. That was a good concealer. They should bring it back. Not this one. 2 Wet n Wild of those illuminating ones. Those illuminating pins, they don't make those anymore either. And I have this Broadway Colors Dark Circle Concealer in the shade Porcelain. This actually wasn't a bad concealer when I used it. But I remember Kelly Strack did like a full face of Dollar General makeup in Broadway. This was in there in her video, and she didn't like it. And like, we as YouTubers and as people, like, we all like different stuff. All of our skins are different. You know, Kelly Strack is older than me. I don't think she's had kids. She might, and she just keeps quiet about it, you know. Just like how my sister and I were alike, but we're not alike because I've had 2 children and she's 14 years older than me. Okay, L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Concealer in W123 Fair Light. I don't use this just because, 1, the shade is horrible, and 2, I think I'm allergic to this because it burned my under eyes. Okay, Wet n Wild Come Correct Celebrity Concealer. This is in the shade Fair. Love this. This is one of those thick concealers. I love those for certain times. LA Colors Conceal It Cover and Correct Concealer in Fair. Brand new. Really nice. NYX Gotcha Cover Concealer in Light. This is one of those thick concealers, and it's sticky, so it's like full coverage. This is the Catrice Ultimate Camouflage Cream Concealer in the shade N010 in Ivory. I think I've swatched this. I don't remember. That is not a good shade match. e.l.f. HD Lifting Concealer in Fair. For some reason, I don't remember liking this one either. Not a good shade match. That's probably why. This is the Ardell Photo Face Concealer in the shade Dark 9.5, but this just doesn't seem dark. I'm not going to swatch it because it's actually brand new, but it just doesn't seem dark. And Hard Candy Glamouflage Concealer. I actually think I can make this concealer work, even though I don't have a shade name for it. Yeah, I can make that work. Maybe it's a little dark, but I can make that work. Alright, we are down to the nitty gritty wire. This is the NYX Above and Beyond Full Coverage Concealer in Fair, which I use quite a bit of, but I don't remember liking this concealer. I don't know. This is the Physicians Formula. It's the Concealer Twins in the yellow shade. I remember liking these and purchasing quite a few of these back in the day. So, I don't know, because those are definitely not good colors for me. Guys, that's shit we used to wear. These are e.l.f. concealers. They're like, I hate the glow part. The concealer part is fine if you know how to use it, but the glow part just like dries weird, so that's why I don't like these concealers, and that's kind of burning me. Alright. Stick concealers. I actually like this one the best. This is the Maybelline Dream Illuminator Concealer in Fair. these actually crease super duper easily. So here's the CoverGirl one. I don't even know if they still sell these anymore. Like I said, these crease so easily. Hey, honey. And this is the L'Oreal one. These just always creased so easily no matter what I did. Like, I don't like concealer sticks. I would prefer a foundation concealer. This is LA Colors' Cover Up Concealer Stick. Light beige. You can see why. And then I have the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NW25. Because somebody bought this for me, and it's not my shade. But I love this concealer. I want to get my shade, because I love this concealer. I just want to show you guys, I have my dad's shirt on, but I want to show you guys really quickly. I have like a little fall thing tied around my waist because I was being fall. So I wanted to let you guys know I did that. Anyways, so I'm going to end this video here. So I hope you guys enjoyed. So of course, like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell. All the social media great stuff really helps this channel out. Remember, it costs you this much to support this channel, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye, you guys!